Anytime that I remember this thing, anytime that I remember this thing, I will definitely shed tears within me. If I didn't be, you see what I witnessed. I didn't be, you see what I witnessed. I think our Christian leaders, if you do not.
Hello and what's up guys, in this video something unbelievable is happening online right now. A Fulani man who is also a Christian evangelist has gone viral after breaking down in tears. In a video that is shaking social media, he blasts top Christian leaders for keeping silent while believers are being unalived across Nigeria. He says what many have been afraid to say, that a quiet genocide of Christians is happening in rural villages, and those who should be speaking out are more concerned about fame, money and luxury. With his voice trembling, the evangelist says, our big pastors, all they know is to speak big grammar, wear fine clothes and drive exotic cars with security, while our people in the villages are being massacred every single day. You can feel his pains as he recalls one particular visit to a devastated community. He said when he got there, he stumbled on human skulls, scattered remains of innocent people. Since that day, he said, he can't sleep well. Every time he remembers, tears fill his eyes. At one point in the video, he breaks down completely and starts crying on camera. Then his message turned fiery. He calls out Christian leaders directly, warning that God's judgment is coming for those who choose silence. He says, if you refuse to speak out because of selfish interests, because you want to build mansions or buy exotic cars, remember, when your time is up, carry those things with you and go. God will definitely judge you. His words are raw, emotional and full of truth that many are scared to say out loud. He insists that church leaders who care more about money than lives will face divine punishment for ignoring the cries of those suffering. Now, this video has sent shockwaves across social media. People are stunned, not just by his tears, but by the fact that this powerful message came from a Fulani man, a group often accused of being behind many of the unalivings. For someone like him to speak up and to break down crying, it is a moment Nigerians won't forget soon. So the big question now is, will our Christian leaders finally speak up? Or will this be just another video that trends for a few days and disappears? Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Let Christians come out and speak about the genocide of believers that is going on until people heard about our voices, until our voice reached where it's supposed to reach. That's what I'm saying. A lot of our big pastors, what they know is to go there and be speaking big grammar, wearing big clothes, wearing fine clothes, driving exotic cars, passing around with securities. This is Reverend Dr. So is the one that passing. And then people out there in the villages that are being massacred on daily basis, nothing concerned with those places. Like I've tell you, if I keep remembering the village that we went, where I go, I keep stumbling on human skulls that were massacred in that place. I cannot be able to get this thing off my head since that day. Anytime that I remember this thing, anytime that I remember this thing, I will definitely shed tears within me. If I didn't be, you see what I witnessed. I didn't be, you see what I witnessed. I think our Christian leaders, if you do not come out and speak about against these things, wait for the day of the judgment. God will definitely judge you for that. A lot of people refuse to do that, like I've said earlier, because of their selfish interests. A lot of people refuse to come out to talk about this because of their selfish interest. A lot of people refuse to come out and talk about this because they are thinking of how they can reach their pocket. How they can enrich their pocket. Is it no money? You want to gather money for yourself, right? You want to build a mansion for yourself, right? You want to be driving exotic cars for yourself, right? When your time is up here on earth, carry all those mansions and all those cars and all the money you gather. Go with it, let's see. Go with it, let's see. Go with it, let's see. A lot of our Christian leaders that are supposed to come out and speak against the genocide of our brothers and sisters in the rural villages that are going. They decided to keep silent just because of their selfish interest, because of because of what they were going to get. God will definitely judge you. Wicked people everywhere, feeding on religion at the expense of lives. It's all right. It's all right. And to all of you threatening my life, saying that we will track you, will know where we will come and kill you. Come and kill me. Come and kill me. I'm ready to go. Come and kill me. I'm ready to go. The only thing that I know here is this. If you kill my mortal body, you can never touch the spirit. You don't have any right to touch my spirit. It is only God that have the right to touch my spirit. My Bible did not tell me to fear those one who can kill only my body. Yes, that's it. The Bible did not tell me to afraid for those who can kill only my body. What the Bible tell me is to
Nigerians, I have come today to share with us the bitter truth about the Christian genocide and the rebirth of a nation. We live in a very, very, very sensitive period in the history of our country. I want to thank the millions of Nigerians that have committed themselves to seeing that we fight a just cause. I've seen the hundreds of thousands of responses. And I thank God that from all that I've seen, 97% of Nigerians want to, for one, stand up for what is truth and what is right. And at this moment, I'm going to read some things that I put down and penned down. But I'm speaking to you in the midst of all the threats, some of the threats that some people have tried to instigate, to threaten me, and to try to calm me down. But I've refused to keep silent, and I've refused to be cowed down. It's not about me. I am a father and a blessed grandfather of 8 grandchildren. I can live like any other person and be silent and just cruise with life and just enjoy life and forget about the suffering of the people. But I've seen that the greatest thing that can happen in a life and in a nation is for a person to live for the glory of God and for the blessing of humanity. Money, silver, gold, position will all fade away. Buhari is no more. He was part of the people that brought in bandits together with some of the politicians in this country. So it's not that you don't know who were the people that established Boko Haram. The social media will always keep the records. Even when some traditional rulers in the north were saying if you touch a Boko Haram, it is a fight against Islam. What we're seeing that is going on, it started with wiping away Christians first. I raised my voice. Most of you Nigerians are witnesses that the president of Nigeria and the government of Nigeria went after me because of speaking the truth against genocide, against the killer Fulani headsmen that were not proscribed as terrorists, and IPOB was proscribed, and the Yoruba agitators were also proscribed as terrorists. We can't live in a nation with double standard and double law. I am a northerner. I love the north. I love my people. And I am paying the price for the lives and the destiny of my people. I've been on the road for several days. There is no state that I've not gone to. In this year, I have been to over 20 states in Nigeria. Right now, I am speaking to you from South Nigeria. I travel by road. I see the real Nigeria. I see what the true Nigerians are going through. I didn't come here as a politician. I came as the voice of conscience. This is not just another statement. And I want to speak to the younger people. Nigeria is your country. You see the president of Nigeria, President Tinubu, give him the next 10 years, he will become vegetable. The next 10 years, he will need help. Because they are aging, we are aging. I'm a grandfather. You must know that you don't have any other nation like Nigeria. Nigeria is the only country that will give you all that you need to be able to exercise your potential if you do what is right. So don't be carried by certain deception or mockery. I can't pronounce the name well. It's a shame for you as a young man to stand to back lies, lie physically. I am grateful to the Americans. I am grateful for the people in the World Cup who stood with banners to tell the world that the Nigerian Christians are under genocide and they need to be defended. As much as the defense of all the Muslims that are being killed right now. When they were killing people in Katsina, when they were killing people in Zamfara, I stood up and I spoke against that killing. But you will never find Christian militias. What you find is Islamic militia. Listening to the teaching of 80% of Islamic scholars, all their preaching is dead to the Christians, dead to the infidel. And if any Muslim is a moderate Muslim, they will say, kill him. That's why the knot is boiling until we speak the truth to ourselves. Until we speak the truth to ourselves. And I'm speaking with pain in my heart. Unless we speak the truth to ourselves. So that you can't continue to be sitting on the seat of lies and deception. Northern leaders, you cannot. Look at now recently, look at what the National State Governor just said yesterday. Another group of Islamic jihadists that now are causing mayhem. Look at it just before yesterday. The hundreds of Fulani killer herdsmen with AK-47 on motorcycle, over 200 motorcycles that I could count, going on the street with guns in a country like Nigeria, and you tell me that there are no terrorists, and you tell me there is no genocide? We cannot continue to hide behind official silence while rivers of innocent blood flow through the valley of Benue, of Plateau, of Kaduna, of Taraba. We, the people, must rewrite our history. Nigeria is a great country. I speak to the younger people. All Nigerian founding fathers ruled this country as youth. Obasanjo, youth. Gowon, youth. Shagari, youth. I can go on and on. Babangida, youth. Tafawa Balewa, youth. Sokoto, youth. The same mantle is resting upon the shoulder of younger people today, Nigerians. It is the youth. It is you. The youth that must rise again. You must rise again, not in violence, but in vision, not in violence. Do you see the way the politicians are playing you? Do you see what is going on? I saw the killing that took place just the last 24 hours on the plateau. And all of these places where Christians were wiped away from the community, taken away from the community, the terrorists are there. They are there as I'm talking. Where is the list of the sponsors of terrorists that the United Arab Emirates sent to Nigeria? We haven't. You have it as a government. Why don't you go after them? So I am calling on America and I'm calling on the entire world to put pressure on the Nigerian government. I want the international community to help Nigerian government, help the Tinubu administration. He met it, but he must get to solve the problem. Millions of Christians are right now disarmed. I know how many houses I'm building. I know how many people I am paying their school fees. I know how many people I join in their burial. Mass burial. We can't deny the truth. The truth is the truth. What is genocide? I will close with this, and I want you, if you really love your country and you believe that it's time we join forces together, the moderate Muslims and the Christians, we join our hands together to bring a stop to this. President Tinubu, I will tell you, you need to watch some of the people you have as national security advisor, as some of the people as ministers. It's not the Nigerians who are giving strength and power. Some of the senators are blood-tested senators. Senator Buba from Bauchi is there. You can go check the records. How many of the bandits he has kept in his house and gave them ammunition and gave them? It's there. The DSS director, you know them. The chief of defense staff, you know them. You give an order to go clear them. You know where they are. I know that sometimes your hands are tied. But let Nigerians for once rise up and say enough is enough. The killing, the inflicting harm, the forced displacement. Oh God, I pray that we all come to this point to know that there is only one nation, and this nation is our nation. We must all fight together. So join me in this move. Let's pray at the same time. Let's speak out and cry out for this government to get things right. I want to encourage this government, stop spending money trying to send people around the world to say that the stories are not true. I mean, America has embassy here. There is no country that doesn't have embassy. They know what is going on. All we need to do is for us to say, yes, this evil is on, killing is on. But now we will rise up as a nation, as a government, and flush out this bandit. Nigerians are ready to cooperate. Kwara is being destabilized. Southwest is being destabilized. The entire Northwest now is ungovernable. We had the cry of the governor of Zamfara. What is going on in Borno? The persecution Christians are going through. There is no one Christian in the far north that can tell you they have CFO to their church. In schools, they are not allowed to have their Christian religious knowledge. In this same country, these are citizens and indigents of the land. So today, I am appealing to every Nigerian of conscience. You can come and abuse me, you can say whatever, but I am speaking this far for you to know. It's time to wake up. You can see the people that were hired to come, and the people could not hide the truth. But they spoke the truth that there is genocide in Nigeria. We can't continue with these liars in government. Nigeria, you will know the truth. Church leaders, you will know the truth. Imams, you will know the truth. And it is the truth that will set us free. And so I pray that the God of heaven, who hears the cry of the martyr, the blood of the people that worship, the blood will continue to cry until defense comes for the innocent in this country. May God bless you, and may God watch over every one of you as we join forces together to reclaim the soul of our nation. God bless you.
Hello, Nigerians. This is a time to be very happy, because our prayers will soon be answered if the United States Congress pass the bill, which possibly they're going to pass that bill introduced by Texas Senator, Republican Senator Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz should be a hero right now in Nigeria. Ted Cruz recently sponsored a bill which is co-sponsored by other senators, like the senator representing me right now, my own part of Oklahoma, Senator James Lankford, Republican, in the 119th Congress of the United States. Now, this bill, when passed, will officially designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern for the violations of religious freedom and, of course, freedom of ethnic minorities in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. It is not the designation of Nigeria as a CPC that is the biggest issue, that all these officials in government are making people look as if the United States is just trying to incite religious war in Nigeria, as if Nigeria was in a state of religious war. Nobody said Nigeria is in a religious war. We have harmonious relationship with our brothers, the Muslims, all of us. But there are Muslim terrorists operating in Nigeria and killing people, especially in Christian states. This is an incontrovertible fact. Now, these terrorists are being enabled by a lot of officials in government circles. If you remember the quote attributed to Abacha, who said, Any insurgency that lasts more than 24 hours, it means the government has a hand in it. That is just the truth of the matter. United States, you need to sit down with United States senators, United States politicians and pressmen, especially those who belong to the African or Foreign Relations Committee of Chambers of the Congress. You get to understand your continent even more than yourself. These people are the same people who are exporting technology to us. Through this technology, they get so much information about us more than the way we know. That's the truth. These people have so much facts about Nigeria and they are going to unleash it very soon. So now, Congressman Ted Cruz just introduced a bill in the Congress, in the Senate, in September. And that bill is titled Nigerian Religious Freedom Accountability Act. Its official title is S, that is Senate Bill 2747. Okay, now, let me tell you why Nigerian officials are very, very apprehensive of this bill. There's nothing that has ruffled the shoulders of Nigerian officials like the introduction of this bill. Nothing. It's not all about this foreign aid they are talking about, or the embargo on loans, etc. By the way, we've suffered so much embargo all around the world, but we don't feel it. The common man doesn't feel it. Even if there are loans, even there are aids given to Nigeria, we don't even feel it. So that is not an issue. It may be very hurting, but it's quite secondary. The primary reason why Nigerian government officials are very, very scared of this bill, let me tell you. Section 2 of that bill says the president of the shall impose sanctions described in Executive Order 13818. That executive order was signed during Trump's first tenure in 2017. And that executive order postulates that the United States shall apply sanctions, visa travel ban, freezing of assets, blocking of property of anybody who has been listed or identified in the report captured by that law. Now, these guys have the report. That report, they say, when that bill is enacted into law, within 90 days of the enactment of that bill, the Secretary of State shall pass to the Senate list of Nigerians involved in this crime in the last 10 years. It means that these people have the list of Nigerians involved in this crime. And now, let me tell you the section of Nigerians involved in this crime that the bill specifically listed. So the bill specifically listed federal officials, which is the general name for the guys in the executive arm of Nigeria, the federal level, and the National Assembly, that's senators and House of Rep members. It says Nigerian judges, Nigerian governors, Nigerian law enforcement agents, those your generals, those your police, members of the security agents who have been involved in this crime. And now, let's understand their level of involvement in this crime. So the United States says you will be involved in this crime if at any point in time you promoted, you canvassed, you supported blasphemy laws, or you are even an advocate of it. That's the kind of law that made those urchins in Sokoto to murder that girl called Deborah Joseph some time ago. Just so close to the Sultan of Sokoto's palace. So it means that the lives of the Sultan will be included in this. And many of these governors who adopted blasphemy laws in Nigeria. Now, that doesn't stop there. The section also gives room, also mentioned that government officials, that's governors, judges, senators, House of Rep members, who tolerated or were silent to acts of violence perpetrated by non-state actors, ISIS, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, and the rest. So under that law, these persons are deemed to be guilty. Like I said earlier, the United States have that report. They have the list of all this. And you know, it's very easy to get a list of these people in Nigeria. Dubai, some time ago, around 5 years ago, had that list. They convicted, they prosecuted and convicted those guys in the United Arab Emirates, those involved in terrorism in Nigeria, and sent a corresponding list to Nigeria, which Nigerian government has slept upon. Recently, this year, the likes of Sheikh Gumi, when he went for Hajj in Saudi Arabia, he was deported at Jeddah International Airport immediately for terrorism. He was deported. So these international bodies, they have the names of all these people. They have a very long list of all your government officials, from your House of Reps to your House of Assembly to governors to anybody involved in enabling it, in abating it, in aiding it. Not just direct participation. They have the names of those who are completely involved, either directly or indirectly. Now, that is the reason why you guys are apprehensive. But wait for it. Now, when this bill is enacted into law, the United States will, within 90 days, when Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, transmit that letter, they will freeze all the assets, all the properties, all the investment of all the Nigerians listed in that report. They will place a travel ban on them. Now, wait for it. A lot of people will think that the travel ban is only applicable to the United States, or the asset is only the assets of these politicians that is in the United States, like the Florida house of a certain minister they are talking about, or a bank account of many of these other guys. No, wait for it. It's not just the United States. Now, in the United States, there is a law called the Magnitsky Act, which was passed in 2012. This Magnitsky Act is named after the event of that happened in Russia when the tax lawyer Sergei Magnitsky was murdered by government officials. So the US now passed that act so that they could freeze the asset of all the Russians involved in it, freeze their property, freeze their investment, and everything related to them and their family. Now, it did not just stop in the US. Other countries now adopted that act and domiciled it. Remarkably, countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, European Union, and many other countries outside the European Union and in Europe. And these are the places Nigerians have a lot of assets. Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, UK, US, etc. So now, this country keyed into the position of the US and adopted what they call the Global Magnitsky Act. And so it means that this act has significant extraterritorial jurisdiction, not just in the United States. Even if you've never stepped your foot in the United States, but you do go to Ghana, UK, countries of the European Union, Canada, and the likes, and you have your businesses in those places, you have bank account in those places. But wait for it, let me even tell you the grievous aspect of this. When we're given a CPC status, that's country of particular concern, and these our powerful men are given that designation of the Global Magnitsky, this is what will happen to them. So that Magnitsky designation is a powerful tool that will cut individuals off. This individual in that report, whose names are in that report, it will cut them off from US financial system. And by extension, that's the global financial system, because the US financial system dominates global financial system, more than 80% of it, transaction in dollars and transaction via the US banks. Therefore, any transaction, any fund, any bank account, any property belonging to the sanctioned individuals or entity that touched the US financial system. For example, a dollar transaction of any kind cleared through an American bank, even if those properties are overseas in any country, will be blocked. So, there's that strong internetwork of the US financial system that's all over the world. It's just like a cobweb. Our guys like dollars. They like transacting in dollars. They like going to, anytime they're traveling, even if it is European Union, even if it's China, they first of all, convert it to dollars. And they use dollar cards, the Visa card, the MasterCard. So now that transaction will be blocked, will be frozen all over the world. So basically, gentlemen, that is why these guys are running helter-skelter. Preaching, buying slots on all the TV channels, all the radio channels, sponsoring groups to talk about the US attempt to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's for them. It's not for Nigeria. It's not for all of us. I am for this. And right now, tomorrow, on Tuesday rather, I'll be having a meeting with Senator James Langford. I have an appointment with him to promote this, to campaign on this, on why the US should never falter in our desire to see that we are a CPC, a country of particular concern. This nonsense will have to stop. The US will have to help us expose these people involved in these killings. And I end by re-quoting that statement from Abacha, attributed to Abacha, when he says, when the government, when insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. That is the truth. The government has a hand. Different people in government, at the state, at the national level, has a hand in all these killings happening in Nigeria. In all the headsmen killing, Boko Haram killing, Lakurawa killing, all this killing. And that is why you could see, like headmen attack in Benue, for instance, you could see that they will be carrying out the attack in front of the soldiers and nothing will happen. The soldier will not release even a gunshot because of the government involvement. And anytime some of these people are arrested by local vigilantes and take them to the police or to the soldiers, the next day those guys are released. So the United States have a list of all those guys. But they need a statutory backing to release those lists. And that is why Senator Ted Cruz is now sponsoring that bill so that it will come into law. At that point, it has a legal backing. And that is why your officials, that your godfather, that your mentor in politics is scared because his name is included in that list. God will prevail and we shall prevail.